He was born into poverty. He rose through chaos. And he tried to unite a nation torn apart by war. To some, he was a tyrant. To others, a visionary. His name was Kassa Hailu, known to history as Emperor Tewodros II of Ethiopia. Welcome to Ethiopia History. Today, we tell the story of a man who ended centuries of division and dreamed of a strong, modern Ethiopia. This is a story of ambition, reform, pride, and a tragic end that would echo through generations. Before Kassa Hailu took the throne, Ethiopia was broken. This era, known as the Zemin Mesafint or the Age of Princes, had reduced the once mighty emperors to mere puppets. The land was a chessboard for warring nobles, each carving out their own small kingdom. The rule of law was weak, the roads were unsafe for travelers, and the spirit of a unified Ethiopia was a distant memory. The country was crying out for a force strong enough to end the chaos and restore its former glory. That force would emerge from the most unlikely of places. Kassa Hailu was born around 1818 in Kwara, a remote region in the northwest. His family had noble blood, but they had fallen into poverty. As a young man, he chose the life of a shifta, an outlaw. In the rugged mountains, he learned to lead, to fight, and to command loyalty. He lived by his wits and his sword, but Kassa was different from other outlaws. He was deeply religious and educated in a monastery. He studied history, leadership, and the art of war. He saw the chaos around him and believed Ethiopia's salvation lay not in endless conflict, but in a unified state governed by law. With this vision burning in his heart, Kassa began his meteoric rise. He built a disciplined and loyal army, and with it, he challenged the most powerful warlords of the age. He defeated them one by one, his victories becoming legendary across the land. The final, decisive battle came in 1855 at Daraskmariam. There, he crushed his last major rivals and unified the core of the Ethiopian highlands under his command. Soon after, he was crowned emperor, taking the throne named Tewodros II. This name was not chosen lightly. It was inspired by a popular prophecy, one that foretold of a righteous king named Tewodros who would restore peace, justice, and greatness to Ethiopia. For the people, his coronation felt like destiny fulfilled. But for Tewodros, becoming emperor was only the beginning. He didn't just want power, he wanted to build a new Ethiopia from the ground up. His agenda was revolutionary. He moved to centralize the government, stripping power away from the regional lords who had kept the country divided. He established a national, paid army, loyal only to the crown. He even started building roads and factories to produce modern weapons, knowing that military strength was key to national survival. He cracked down hard on corruption and reformed the tax system to make it fairer. He believed that Ethiopia had to modernize, or it would be consumed by the growing European empires. But his methods were often brutal. He demanded absolute loyalty. Those who supported his vision were rewarded handsomely, but those who resisted were crushed without mercy. His reign was a paradox, a quest for unity enforced by an iron fist. As he consolidated his power at home, Tewodros looked outward, seeking allies in a hostile world. He particularly hoped to build a relationship with Great Britain, a Christian nation he admired for its technological power. He envisioned a grand alliance against the expansion of the Ottoman Empire and its Egyptian vassals. He wrote letters to Queen Victoria proposing friendship and cooperation, but his letters went unanswered. The British Foreign Office, preoccupied with its own global concerns, dismissed him. This diplomatic slight was more than an insult, it was a profound betrayal. Tewodros's frustration grew into rage. Believing he had been disrespected, he made a fateful decision. He imprisoned the British consul and a group of other European missionaries and diplomats. He hoped this act would force London to take him seriously. Instead, it sealed his doom. In 1868, in response to the hostage crisis, Britain dispatched a massive, well-equipped army to Ethiopia on a rescue mission. The British expedition, led by Sir Robert Napier, was an incredible feat of engineering and logistics. They marched hundreds of miles through treacherous mountain terrain. Tewodros, his support crumbling due to 2 years of rebellion and his own harsh rule, retreated to his mountain fortress of Magdala. There, surrounded and outnumbered, he faced the inevitable. His army was defeated, and the British forces prepared to storm the stronghold. Tewodros released the prisoners, but he refused to surrender himself. For a man who had dedicated his life to preserving Ethiopia's independence, capture by a foreign power was a humiliation worse than death. On Easter Monday, 1868, as British troops closed in, Tewodros raised a pistol to his head, a gift he had once received from Queen Victoria, and ended his own life. Ethiopia lost its ruler, but in that final act of defiance, a legend was born. In the end, Tewodros failed to realize his dream of a fully modern and united Ethiopia. His reign ended in tragedy, and his methods left deep scars. But his impact was undeniable. He single-handedly brought the chaotic age of princes to a close and re-established the central authority of the emperor. He lit a fire of national consciousness that could not be extinguished. The leaders who followed him, like Johannes IV and the great Menelik II, built upon the foundations he had laid. They continued his project of unification and modernization, ultimately leading to Ethiopia's stunning victory over Italy at the Battle of Adwa. Modern Ethiopia, in many ways, was born from the turbulent vision of Tewodros too. Kassa Hailu was not a perfect man, nor a perfect ruler. His story is complex, filled with both brilliance and brutality. But he was a patriot who tried to save his country at a time when others were content to fight only for themselves. His life is a powerful reminder that the path to unity is often difficult and that the greatest dreams can come at a terrible cost. Thank you for joining us on Ethiopia History. If you want to keep these incredible stories alive, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'll see you next time.